So I'm going to be making Thieves deodorant today. I have a quarter cup cornstarch, quarter cup arrowroot, a quarter cup baking soda, 1/3 cup coconut oil, and 4 tablespoons cornstarch. Now I went ahead and added an extra tablespoon of cornstarch because I'm in Southern California and it's pretty warm here. And I added like another little sprinkle of arrowroot, and that acts as an antiperspirant and kind of keeps you dry. I'm using the Thieves essential oil because it's an antibacterial, and I'm a chiropractor. I work really close with patients, and I find that this lasts all day, like all day long. So it does work a little bit as an antiperspirant, but also it just keeps the stinkies away. So what I like to do is I heat up the coconut oil a little bit first. I will just like put it in the toaster oven on a low setting to soften it. And then I use my Thieves. The recipe calls for 5 to 10 drops, but I like 12, so I go with 12. And then basically I'll take a shower in the morning and apply it, and then I'll be at work all day long, come home around 5, 6, and the deodorant is still doing its job and efficient. And then I'll just stir it up a little bit in the coconut oil, and that evenly distributes it throughout the recipe. I've done this in the morning before work. It really doesn't take too long, so I want to show you how fast it can be. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bigger bowl here. I'm going to transfer the coconut oil into the bowl just so I have some extra space to stir and mix around. That's it. Now, if I didn't want to make it look pretty, I would have just put the coconut oil in this bowl first to start, or a slightly smaller glass bowl, and then I'll add the arrowroot. That's perfect. And then the baking soda. I like Red Mill's baking soda. I try to get their products since I'm putting it in my armpit. That's a direct door to my lymphatic system. So it's really important that I use, organic ingredients when possible, and really utilize that Thieves as an immune booster too, straight to the lymphatic system in my armpit. So I feel pretty good applying this deodorant, considering I make it as well. And then I'm going to add the cornstarch. That's 4 tablespoons. Plus I add just a little bit more because it's summer and it's warm. Like it was like in the 90s a week ago. And then I think it's going to warm up again. So this is going to be a great consistency. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up really simply. And then it's just forming a little paste. So I could have added a little bit more coconut oil or softened it a little bit more, but this is fine too. So I'll go ahead and put this in a paste, make it into a paste. And then I may go ahead and just put the whole thing in the toaster oven and just heat it up again, just to soften it. That way it evenly molds all together. And it's really not that hard. But this is basically the consistency of it. And you can put it in a stick, but I just can't get consistent temperature here. And when we're not home, we don't run the air conditioner, and sometimes the house can get hot if we're gone all day. And I've come home to not a mess, but it's just kind of mushy. So I don't mind. I just use a little bit of just my fingers in the morning after I shower, and then I just wash my hands afterwards. And again, it's Thieves, so you don't have to wash your hands. It's really, really easy. It's just part of my regimen. So I'll do my face cream, and then, face cream, do that, apply this before I get dressed, and then just kind of rinse off my hands, and it's no big deal. And then I'm taken care of for the rest of the day. So I went ahead and just put it in the toaster oven just to heat it. It's in this metal bowl, so it was really super easy to do. And then you can kind of see the consistency now, right? It's just that paste. And then what I do is I just put it in one of these jars. Now it's a little bit softer because I heated it, but it will solidify. And I wish you could smell it. And I like using a fork. It just kind of has the prongs that break everything down really, really nice. And then I just fill the glass jar. And I'll put it in the refrigerator to cool. And again, because it's warmer, I made a slightly thicker consistency, right? But I need that because it gets hot and so good. And it's body heat. It's just kind of that sort of thing. So I just do a little tap, sorry for the bang, and that gets a little bubbles out of there. I don't know, I like a smooth top. And again, it's like all edible ingredients, and that's what you're applying, and it works efficiently. I produce odor, and I swear this just knocks it out. Another hack that people do is they'll put it on their feet, like if they get stinky feet. So just as they're getting ready in the morning, they'll get a little bit and like put it between like underneath their toes, right? And maybe on the bottom of their foot, and then apply their sock and then their shoes. And because of the fact that it's antibacterial, it knocks out the smell. It's pretty interesting. And you can do that with, when you make a thief spray. I'm gonna do a video with that as well. You can spray your shoes with it. So after you take them off or before you put them on, and that's what I used to do with my Birkenstocks, because those things can get stinky. So I just spray them. And then I've even sprayed my feet while I was wearing them. They just have great arch support, and they feel so good, especially like when you're pregnant or postpartum. I really enjoy it. So this is the Thieves deodorant. I have enough to put in another jar. I'll do that later. I just put the top on. I'll go ahead and put it in the refrigerator just to chill it. And then you just open it up. I take a little bit out, I apply, and then we're good to go.